Hello, this is Peter Nchavsky. Today I'm going to show you how to manage documents in Oscar. I've opened up Oscar 19. I'm now on my schedule page, and I'm looking at my inbox, and I'm seeing that there's some documents there. Okay, so clicking on the inbox view will open up the inbox. And here you can see a number of investigations and results for not a patient I. The question is how you get them there. Well, one of the ways getting them there is to use the document upload. So let's go to document upload, and we can upload multiple documents. You can see I've just uploaded a whole bunch of them here. They've been successfully uploaded, but I'm going to refresh. That's not how you're going to see the page first. Here, uploading, you have the opportunity to manage where you put the documents. In this case, we're going to want them in incoming documents. We want them in the default queue, and we want them in the fax folder, because that's where we get them. We look for them when we're actually categorizing them. You can add them one by one if you'd like, or alternately, a little bit easier, is go ahead and shift click and just you can drag them one by one, or you can drag them multiple ones at a go. Either way is acceptable. You can upload them one by one, or you can hit the mega upload button, and they've uploaded just fine. Thank you very much. Now, to get them into the inbox view, because they're not there automatically, you have to go to incoming docs and actually categorize them as to which patient they're attached to. So let's look at that. Nope, that's not the one. That's not the one. I had it open. Here we go. So we're just going to go by do this, and we'll see what we have here. So we've got two documents in the fax queue, default queue, sorry, in the fax file. We can go to the next and look at the next one, and look, and but there's only two, so first is fine. We can do things to them, so we can go to the last page, and we can delete that page if it's not appropriate. And we can go to the first page. We're now down to 2 pages. We can delete that page, and that's okay. And now we're down to 1 page. Okay. But really, the work usually is done here in the data entry mode, which is usually fast, is what we like. We'll call this one a lab. When you click on lab, that gives you the type. So you need to have at least a type and a description to in this area to be able to file the document. When you hit lab, this button, lab, you'll get these options for quick ones, so public health, but you can write any description you like. Description. The observation date defaults to today. The last patient we used was not a patient, so probably that will be a good reasonable one to put this one into. And we'll assign it to Peter Nchavsky because he'll see anything, right? So let's save and do the next one. Okay. And again, this is a lab, and we will call it public health. We will assign to not a patient, and we'll assign it to Peter Nchavsky as to flag the provider. We don't have to flag the provider, but it's usually better to have it flagged so that it can show up in the provider's inbox. Okay, so now we are at, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's refresh that page. And instead of 7, we have quite a few more, okay, in terms of results. Okay, we just added a few more labs, as you can see. And if you click on here, you're not going to see that because it's not in this particular window, but ultimately you can view the document that you just clicked on, and they'll show up in the patient's file, regardless of how you've got your Oscar set in this particular case for the opening. Okay, so when you open, you only get 6 items for any particular category. They're all categorized by date, and they're ordered by date descending. If you have 140 documents, that can be problematic, and so we have the option in Oscar to open it, when we open it, to have it filed by folder. In this case, we have the types lab. Okay, this is the same types that we're seeing in terms of the inbox. Okay, but the description that was added to them, which is what we usually see in Oscar, is now subdivided. So in other words, what we're sorting by both document type and then by descending date. And so if you're looking for example, consultations, you can quickly find the document that you're looking for. In Oscar 19, you can see also that the convention that is in the inbox in terms of documents that you have not seen that are starred, it carries over to the documents in the eChart, and the document that I have seen, which is the RX clarification for pharmacy, you can see shows up here, pharmacy, but I've actually opened that up and seen it. Okay. This, and of course similar things for lab results, depend on your log function, on your log table, and anybody who opens it will have access to any document noted, and that information is used to determine whether that is stars or not. So it really shows recent documents, particularly if you've purged your log not that long ago. So you might ask, some of the stuff seems a little fancy, and it isn't really. Some of the stuff is in terms of document categories, for example. So if you go to admin, so let's say to see that, sorry, in Oscar 19, before we get to that, eChart display settings, you have to see this type of behavior. You have to have file documents in folder by document type, okay? And that has to be indicated as yes for the behavior of the eChart expansion of the documents category to have the files, the documents refiled in document type. But you're probably also interested in terms of other things, in terms of where are these categories and how do you get the categories with the quick descriptions out. So for document categories, you can just click on document categories here, and you can see that some are, there's two different lists. There's a demographic document category. So for documents that go into demographics charts, in terms of patients charts, or demographic linked documents, these are the categories they use. And for provider, in other words, for provider me, if I want to have some eDocs that are available through the, for example, here through eDoc, if I want to have those documents available to me, I can look them up in terms of, I can file them in terms of these types of documents, in terms of document types. You can add new with this button, okay, and you can update the status and make documents types inactive. They won't rename or make disappear the documents of that type. It's just that new ones will not be able to be added to that type of document type. In this case, we have history and physicals inactive. We used to have lots of them, but now we get all our data coming in through HRM or through POI, and so we don't scan history and physicals very often, and we've removed that category. Now, you also want to know in terms of document description templates, okay? And so for, let's say, if I showed you how a lab can have many different options. You can add an option, or you can edit the existing option. So for example, public health, you can see that the public description shortcut, usually very short, that shows in the button that fills the description, and the description is public health. That's a long description that actually shows up in the patient's chart when you're looking at their documents. This is the description that shows up. So this is one way to make it quicker for front staff to label and document your documents. That's it in a nutshell. I hope that's been of some help to you. Take care.